They say time reveals all things, but lately, something strange has been happening. More and more women are revealing their true nature, not because they want to, but because the mask they've worn for so long is starting to slip. Stay with me till the end of this video, because what I'm about to share will open your eyes to the kind of truth most men never see until it's too late. By the time we're done, you'll recognize exactly when a woman's love is genuine and when it's just a performance. You see, for years, society taught men to ignore their instincts, to doubt themselves, to believe that if something felt off in a relationship, they were just being insecure or paranoid. But here's the reality. Your gut was never wrong. It was her mask doing the convincing. The smile, the affection, the concern, they were all part of a role many women play until they don't need to anymore. Because the truth is, some women don't reveal who they are at the start. They reveal it when they believe they've secured your loyalty. That's when the real test begins. In the beginning, she mirrors you. She studies what you like, what you value, what melts your heart, and she becomes it. She's gentle, kind, patient. You think you've finally met someone who understands you without words, but once she feels she's won, something changes. The softness begins to fade. The tone shifts. She starts making little demands. Why didn't you answer right away? Why do you still talk to them? Why do you always want space? Small things that feel like nothing at first, but over time, those small things become patterns of control. And here's the dark truth. The woman you see in the beginning of a relationship is often a reflection of what she thinks you want. The woman you see later is who she truly is. Now, that doesn't mean all women are deceitful, but it does mean you need to start watching what she does when she no longer needs to impress you. Because that's when the mask cracks. Look closely and you'll notice. When the attention fades, her patience vanishes. When the compliments stop, the criticism begins. When she realizes you're not chasing her like before, she suddenly doesn't feel the spark anymore. Sound familiar? It's because for some women, the relationship isn't about connection, it's about validation. They don't love you, they love the way you make them feel about themselves. And when that feeling changes, so does their loyalty. But here's where most men go wrong. They take it personally. They start blaming themselves, thinking, maybe I did something wrong. They try harder, give more, love more, not realizing that the more they give, the less she respects them. Because the truth is, women test to see if your love has boundaries, and the moment she realizes it doesn't, she stops valuing it. So when a woman begins to show her true nature, when she starts disrespecting you, dismissing your feelings, or treating your effort like it's owed, don't beg for her old self to come back. That version was never real. That was the mask. And this new version, that's who she's always been. But let's go deeper, because what's happening now in this modern world is even more alarming. Women no longer feel the need to hide their selfishness behind sweetness. Social media has made it easier for them to wear it proudly. You've probably seen it. The posts about high-value men, what I deserve, bare minimum energy. It's not confidence. It's entitlement wrapped in empowerment. What used to be hidden manipulation is now open declaration. Some women don't even pretend anymore. They'll say it out loud. If he can't provide this, I'm not interested. If he doesn't worship me, he's not a real man. And men are finally starting to wake up. Because you're realizing that love without respect is manipulation, that attention without loyalty is just distraction, and that no amount of affection can make a woman genuine if her intentions were never pure. But here's what most people won't tell you. When women start revealing their true nature, it's not always a bad thing. In fact, it's a gift, because now you can see clearly who deserves your energy and who doesn't. You no longer have to guess if her love is real. Her actions will tell you everything. Watch how she behaves when you stop giving constant validation, when you stop chasing, when you pull back just a little. Does she get curious or does she get cruel? That reaction reveals everything. If she's genuine, she'll check in, communicate, try to understand. But if her affection was built on control, she'll explode. She'll start accusing you, guilt-tripping you, or trying to make you jealous, because your independence threatens her illusion of control. And that's the point where many men make their biggest mistake. They break. They fold. They give in to keep the peace. But here's what you must understand. Peace that requires your silence isn't peace. It's submission. You're not meant to walk on eggshells to avoid upsetting someone. You're meant to stand firm in your truth and let the right people adjust. When a woman's mask starts to slip, don't panic. Don't try to fix it. Watch. Listen. Because her reactions are showing you everything you need to know. It's in those moments and when things don't go her way, when you say no, when you draw a boundary, that you'll finally see who she really is. And when you do, remember this. A woman's true character isn't revealed when she's happy. It's revealed when she's denied something she wants. If she becomes cruel, vindictive, or distant, that's who she's always been. But if she stays respectful, calm, and mature, that's the kind of woman worth keeping. And by the end of this video, I want you to understand something powerful. When you start valuing your peace over her approval, everything changes. Because the moment you stop fearing her reaction, you become the kind of man she can't control. And ironically, that's when the right women start respecting you more. See, when a woman realizes she can't manipulate you emotionally, she'll either rise to meet your strength or she'll walk away. Both outcomes are a win. One teaches her what real respect looks like. The other removes chaos from your life. And that's why, when some women start showing their true nature, you shouldn't feel angry or betrayed. You should feel grateful. Because truth, no matter how painful, sets you free. By the time you finish this video, you'll see her differently. You'll stop asking, why did she change? And start saying, now I finally see who she was. Because the truth is, she didn't change. You just stopped being blinded by her performance. So don't mourn the illusion. Don't chase the mask. Let her true nature reveal itself. And thank it for saving you time. And if you've ever been in that place where you watch someone's sweetness turn to silence, where love turned to indifference, and you blamed yourself, I want you to know it was never about you. It was about her running out of space to hide her truth. By the end of this journey, you'll realize that seeing a woman's true nature isn't a loss. It's clarity. And clarity is power. But that power only belongs to the man who's brave enough to look at the truth without flinching. So don't run from what you see. Don't sugarcoat it. Watch, learn, detach. Because the moment you do, you'll stop being the man who gets fooled by appearances and become the man who sees through them. Now that you've seen her true nature, the question becomes, what do you do with that truth? Because knowing is one thing. Acting on it, that's where most men stumble. They see the signs, they feel the shift, they notice the disrespect, yet they stay. They try to reason, to fix, to bargain with emotions that were never genuine in the first place. And I get it. Walking away from something that once felt real isn't easy. You remember her laughter, her warmth, the early days when everything felt effortless. But you have to understand, those moments were the bait, not the bond. She gave you the version of herself that could win your heart. But now that you've seen the truth, your next move determines your peace and your power. See, most men react emotionally. They confront her, argue, demand honesty. But here's the truth. When you try to expose a woman who's living behind a mask, she won't admit it. She'll attack you for noticing. That's why silence is your greatest weapon. When a woman reveals her true nature, through manipulation, disrespect, or inconsistency, don't lecture her, don't chase her, don't fight for her attention, just become silent. Withdraw your energy, because silence does what words never can. It forces her to face herself. A woman can argue with your words. She can twist them, cry, guilt trip, or play victim, but she can't argue with your absence. And that's the part most men never understand. The less you respond, the more you reveal her. The quieter you become, the louder her behavior speaks. If she truly loved you, your silence will humble her. It'll make her reflect, question, and maybe even come back differently. But if her love was conditional, your silence will enrage her, because control is slipping away. And that's when you'll see the final layer of her truth. If she runs to replace you quickly, if she badmouths you to others, if she plays the victim publicly, that's her confession. You don't need closure. She just gave it to you. The way a woman handles distance reveals everything the relationship was built on. If it was real, she'll move with grace. If it was manipulation, she'll move with chaos. And that's why I told you at the start. Watching till the end of this video will give you the clarity you need. Because now you know what to do when the mask falls off. You stop chasing illusions. You let time expose the truth. Now listen carefully. The moment you walk away from a woman who's revealed her true colors, two things will happen. First, she'll test your silence. She'll reach out, not because she loves you, but because she wants to confirm she still has control. She'll text you things like, "I miss you," or "I've been thinking about you." But notice the pattern. She won't take accountability. She'll use nostalgia instead of honesty. Don't fall for it. Because if you return to a woman who disrespected you without her showing real change, you're not being forgiving. You're being available to be hurt again. The second thing that happens, she'll project. She'll tell others you changed, that you became distant, that you didn't care. Let her. The truth doesn't need defending. It reveals itself over time. See, when a woman's true nature is rooted in manipulation, she always exposes herself eventually. All you have to do is stay quiet long enough for her actions to speak. But here's the twist. This isn't just about women. This is about you learning to stop ignoring what your instincts already know. Because the real reason many men get stuck in toxic situations is that they see the red flags. But they choose comfort over clarity. They tell themselves, maybe she'll change. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I should try harder. But the truth is, your effort can't fix her character. It's her. You can't teach empathy to someone who uses emotions as weapons. You can't build peace with someone who thrives in conflict. The moment you realize that, you stop trying to save her and start saving yourself. And that's when everything changes. Because once you detach emotionally, she loses her power. When she can no longer control your mood, your energy, or your attention, she feels it. That's why silence scares her more than anger. Because anger means you still care. Silence means you've outgrown the game. So when she tries to provoke you, don't react. When she tries to guilt trip you, don't justify. When she plays the victim, don't defend yourself. Just stay calm, grounded, and quiet. Let your absence do the talking, because when you stay centered in your peace, you become untouchable. And ironically, that's when the same woman who once underestimated you will start to see your value clearly. But by then, it won't matter. You'll have outgrown the need for her validation. And that's the moment every man needs to reach. The point where your peace means more than her presence. When you get there, you stop chasing the wrong kind of women altogether. You start attracting those who value peace, loyalty, and consistency. Not drama, not ego, not attention. You begin to notice small but powerful signs. The right woman doesn't test your patience. She respects it. She doesn't demand your attention. She earns it. She doesn't play games. She brings calm. And you'll realize that all along, it was never about women hiding their true nature. It was about you learning to see clearly. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every manipulation, it was training. Training to make you sharper, wiser, and stronger. Because the man who's seen the truth can never be fooled again. He doesn't fall for charm anymore. He looks for consistency. He doesn't chase beauty. He observes character. He doesn't beg to be loved. he chooses peace. And when that man speaks, he doesn't have to raise his voice. His energy does the talking. You'll start to feel it, this quiet confidence. You'll move differently. You won't argue or explain. You'll simply walk away from anything that disturbs your peace. And that's when the world and women start treating you differently. Because when you stop needing approval, you become magnetic. You radiate self-respect, and the right kind of people recognize it instantly. They'll feel it in your tone, your eyes, your silence. You won't need to prove your worth, you'll just be it. And that's what I meant at the start, that by watching till the end, you'd gain something most men never do: clarity and peace. You now know what to do when some women show their true nature, not to fight it, not to fix it, but to face it with calm detachment, because peace is power, and the man who protects his peace becomes unstoppable. So from this moment on, don't chase closure. Don't beg for honesty. Don't demand loyalty. Simply observe. If it's real, it'll stay. If it's not, it'll expose itself. Let people reveal themselves and believe them the first time. Remember this: a woman's beauty might attract you, but her character will keep you. And when character fades, attraction follows. So never fear losing someone who had to pretend to love you. Fear losing yourself trying to keep them. And when the day comes that you look back, when you remember the woman who could no longer hide her true nature, smile. Because her truth was the lesson that set you free. She showed you what manipulation looks like, so you could recognize peace. She showed you what chaos feels like, so you could appreciate calm. She showed you what false love is, so you could know real love when it arrives. You didn't lose her. You gained wisdom. And wisdom, that's the kind of gift no betrayal can take away. So as you walk forward, hold your head high. Move with quiet strength. Let your peace be louder than her noise. And the next time you meet someone new, don't look for perfection. Look for peace. Don't look for excitement. Look for consistency. Don't look for beauty. Look for character. Because the right woman won't need to hide her true nature. She'll make you feel safe, not suspicious, calm, not confused, grounded, not drained. And that's when you'll finally understand. The reason some women can no longer hide their true nature is so you can finally see yours. You were never meant to chase love. You were meant to become the kind of man who attracts it effortlessly, through your strength, your silence, and your self-respect. So if this message resonated with you, make sure you subscribe. There's more truth coming, the kind that helps men like you see clearly, live peacefully, and never lose yourself again. Because the world doesn't need more men who chase love. It needs more men who embody it, through discipline, calm, and unshakable clarity. And that starts with you.